All right, good evening. Thanks for joining us for First Alert 7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you joining us live on our YouTube. We're going to start tonight tracking crime. This man, Juan Diego Martinez, was arrested for manufacture or delivery of a controlled substance in a drug-free zone. Now, he has been booked into the Midland County Central Detention Center, along with 4 other suspects that were detained by U.S. Border Patrol who are investigating their immigration status. The investigation is ongoing. And we want to be the first to alert you to a new House bill that was introduced here in Texas, and it could reduce standardized testing by getting rid of the STAR. It's called House Bill 221, and it was created by Representative Brooks Landgraf, who says that the state of Texas assessment for academic readiness is leaving students overwhelmed. The STAR test was put in by the Texas Education Agency to evaluate the success or the failure of a school and its district. It was first put in place to measure students' learning, but Landgraf believes that more recently it's taken control of the curriculum.
There really are questions on these tests that are not designed to measure how much a student has learned or how much a student knows, but it's really designed to kind of trip up a student, and to me that really defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do.
Now, of course, we will continue to follow this bill as it is reviewed, and we'll update you as we learn more. Ector Middle School has returned to ECISD, and as a result, their fine arts program is getting a fresh start. The school is offering fine arts programs like mariachi, dance, choir, visual arts, and band. And there are already 350 students that are enrolled. Ector Middle School joined the Third Future Charter School Network for a few years to focus on improving the school's academics. However, only a few arts classes were offered to fulfill state requirements, so now students have a full range of classes to choose from and that they can participate in.
The difference here is that we're bringing back programs. We're going to have class where the kids are involved in multiple years if they choose to be to do so, and that there'll be performances, they'll go out into the public, and so it's a lot more visible than what the charter campus was doing.
Before joining the Charter School Network, Ector Middle School's band was well known for winning awards and competitions. Now that the fine arts program is back and fully staffed, teachers are working to make sure the students have everything they need, like instruments.
It has been a journey. We started from zero and we are slowly getting instruments. So the kids are happy to have an instrument in their hands. We still have some that don't have an instrument, but we're working on it.
Our biggest goal right now is getting enough instruments to have an instrument in every student's hands, and that's going to be a big push for us this year and next year.
Additionally, now that Ector Middle School is part of ECISD again, there'll be a third feeder school for Odessa High. Talking local sports now, it's the second championship in a row for the Coahoma Bulldogettes, and today they were presented with their state championship rings. All the players were very excited, and they were very shocked by the really cool rings. All of the players, coaches, donors, and other contributors got a championship ring.
It's pretty awesome. You know, a lot of people don't get this opportunity to even play the game, and to go back to back with the people that I love and care about in this community is pretty cool. So I'm very grateful to have this opportunity.
It's so surreal, like, to think that, like, we went back to back. Like, the first year it was amazing, but the second year it was just an unbelievable experience. It's amazing, like, especially from last year's. Last year's was a little bit smaller, but this year's it's just beautiful.
It's pretty special, you know. It looks different and it feels different, but it still says the same thing. It says state champions. So no other place than I'd like to be than a place where we're number one. So we're number one till we're not.
Check out how cool those rings are. They're pretty impressive too. They come apart and they show the final score line that they had to win the championship. Many of the players are confident in the team's chance to go for a three-peat this year. We're going to take a pause now and talk your weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tom Teefer-Teller. Tom, Mary Kate just came in and said it was freezing. Can you talk about it?
It is a little cold out there, especially when you had dealing with some breeze that we are right now. So those wind chill values are dropping down into the lower 40s. Again, your first alert is showing some more high clouds are on the way. Made for a nice halo in the moon tonight. And we are seeing milder temperatures visiting the area by the end of the week. Making for a mild Merry Lights Parade coming up in Midland. Big Spring right now. We are looking at a pretty quiet one out there as temperatures are into the mid to upper 40s at the present time. But when you add in this wind that is out of the south to southwest at about 15 miles an hour. It's dropping those wind chill values down to 40 to the upper 30s, so it's a little cool out there across the area. We're going to drop down to around 33 overnight tonight, so please take freeze precautions just to be on the safe side across all of West Texas and southeast of Mexico for early Thursday morning.
Thank you, Tom. Today, hundreds of West Texans braved today's chilly temperatures to line up outside of our local market streets for the chance to meet Hulk Hogan. Now, I got the chance to also meet him and learn more about his latest project, a beer that he claims can unite the American people.
Was bring America back together, one beer at a time.
New beer launched over the summer, and according to Hogan's team, it's already considered one of the top 10 U.S.-based beer brands.
I saw an open lane, for a real good beer for America, and I kind of saw Bud Light kind of crash and burn with a marketing plan, so there was that opportunity.
Here in West Texas, it's really flown off the shelves.
We probably had it maybe a week, maybe just a little bit longer when we got it into our stores. And it's just going to go into all the United supermarkets.
With fans waiting in line as early as 8:30 this morning just to grab a 12-pack and meet their idol.
Meeting Hulk Hogan was a bucket list item of mine. I was actually really stressed out yesterday. I just had this nightmare showing up and they're liming long, and then he has to leave, and then I didn't have time to meet him. So this morning I got here at 8:30 at United, and I've been waiting since 8:30.
Now that kind of dedication from fans of all ages is something that Hogan really appreciates.
The fans have been loyal, and I wrestled for like 40 years, so some of the fans are really young kids, and some of them, are up there my age, so it's really cool to see everybody come out, and the fans are just so loyal, and the nicest people live here, so it's just, the lines are long, and the people are having a good time, so it's fun to be here.
As for the new product, the Hulksters got some advice on how you can enjoy the real American beer.
Yeah, if you buy the beer, real American beer, it tastes really good, but if you put it on ice, it really kicks.
Tomorrow, Hulk Hogan and his team are going to continue their trip across Texas over in Lubbock, greeting even more fans at the stores in the hub city. And with the holidays fast approaching, many people are looking forward to giving and receiving gifts. So while the Midland Soup Kitchen Ministry is holding their 38th annual Christmas toy distribution to make sure every kid gets a gift of their own, they're asking for your help to do that. At this time last year, they had over 2,000 toys to distribute, but this year they've got less than 100. Those toys are going to be given out on December 20th at their annual Christmas meal, but last year over 1,000 people attended the dinner, and with that number expected to grow this year, there's a chance that not every kid will receive a gift of their own. The Soup Kitchen is asking for unwrapped, brand new toys for kids ages 3 to 12 and $25 gift cards for any local stores for the older kids.
Now it is going to be first come first served basis. How it's going to work is as long as you have the child with you, with an adult of course, then you will be guaranteed a toy for that child as supplies last of course. Now of course we're trying to get some more toys in so that can last a little bit longer, but for right now I would say get here pretty early.
Now, like I said, they do need to be unwrapped. The Soup Kitchen is going to wrap them and sort them before handing them out to ensure every child gets a present. If you want to help, the Soup Kitchen is accepting toys until December 17th. And from the North Pole to West Texas, Santa Claus is making an early stop for the 15th annual High Sky Children's Ranch Toy Drive. But this year, he's trading his sleigh for something with a little more room. This weekend, Santa will be making his way to the Harley-Davidson shop off of Highway 80 before riding to High Sky Children's Ranch in Midland. 40 to 50 riders with a police escort are going to show up, giving everyone at the ranch a sense of community that's really hard to find. A favorite of the bikers and the people at the ranch is getting rides on these bikes.
I think that's one thing that, these kids are struggling. They don't have a family per se at Christmas. So we step in and try to give them that family atmosphere.
You can kind of see that realization on their face that I am special, I am someone. Someone does want to celebrate me and spend this time with me, and it's an incredibly beautiful moment to witness.
The organizers are calling on the community to be part of this beautiful moment and donate to make this year's toy drive bigger and better than ever. The event is also going to include a chance for the kids to take rides on the motorcycle, creating an unforgettable experience.
About the biker community, they may look tough and rough and everything else, but we're all teddy bears inside. We all have a giving heart and would do anything in the world for any child out there.
Now, even if you can't participate in the event, High Sky encourages everyone to support their mission in other ways throughout the year. Another local group always eager to welcome new supporters is the Permian Basin HOG chapter. They aim to expand their reach and membership to deepen their impact and continue making a difference in the West Texas community. And we've been talking about Christmas because it's 2 weeks away from today. So is the first night of Hanukkah. So it's time that we talk about travel. The end of the year rush starts next week, and AAA is expecting a record of more than 119 million travelers, including a big surge in airline passengers. Chris Van Cleve is at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, expected to be one of the top 10 busiest over the holidays.
Atlanta area high school teacher Jojo de Guzman is heading to Prague and Austria during the upcoming holidays, a trip he's been planning for months.
I go search for the best flights, the best rates in hotels, and if I do get to see a good package tour, then I take that opportunity.
De Guzman will be among the record-setting 119.3 million AAA expects to travel between next Saturday and New Year's Day, narrowly edging out the previous record set in 2019. Most, 107 million, will drive, finding gas prices hovering around $3 a gallon, nearly 15 cents cheaper than a year ago.
We haven't seen gas prices this low in 3.5 years.
The nation's airlines also expect a record. More than 54 million will fly, with the travel rush starting next Thursday and stretching until Monday, January 6th. For United Airlines, that means nearly 10 million passengers. CEO Scott Kirby.
December is likely to be the best December in the history of United Airlines.
What keeps, do you think, driving these record? I feel like we say every, pick a holiday, pick a travel season, it's a record number of people. What's driving that?
You know, I actually believe that coming out of COVID created a new urgency, a new appreciation for travel and experience.
But that experience will cost you more this year. Domestic airfare for Christmas is averaging $371 round trip, up 8% from 2023, and last-minute flights to Europe have surged 38%. For Jojo de Guzman, booking early and going somewhere new is the best gift he could give himself this holiday season.
I've heard they have good Christmas markets in Vienna as well as in Prague.
Airfare tracker Hopper says if you haven't booked, you need to do it quickly because in the last few weeks leading up to Christmas last year, on average, round-trip airfare jumped by $100. Busiest days to fly will be the Friday and Sunday before and after Christmas. On the roads, AAA says the busiest day to drive will be the Sunday before Christmas. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
Coming up, we're going to talk your environmental news as wildfires continue to burn across Southern California. The latest next. The treacherous Santa Ana winds have died down in Southern California, giving firefighters a badly needed break. Walls of fire have been tearing through Malibu's steep canyons, spreading over 6 square miles. And fire officials say that strong winds fueled the blaze, which grew by nearly 40% overnight. More than 1,500 fire personnel are working on the ground and above, trying to save homes and property. The community is a favorite spot for Hollywood elite, famous for its stunning seaside location. The fire began late Monday and has forced thousands of people to evacuate.
The images that I was seeing was like the closest, most dangerous, craziest looking fire I've ever saw in my life. And the smell and the smoke. I mean, seeing palm trees I've seen for 10 years that are just lit like a candle.
Weather conditions are forecast to continue improving, but low humidity and dry conditions have added to the challenge of containing this fire.
Pretty tranquil weather here in West Texas, as it looks like things will warm up a little bit just in time for the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up next.
Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, we are going to be looking at a little bit of a warm-up in the forecast. Tonight, we've got some high clouds moving in. Let's check in over at Starbright Village. Temperatures right now at 48 degrees, so a picture-perfect evening to look at all the lights and sounds of Christmas. Over there in McKinney Park, you've got till now through Christmas to enjoy the lights, so try to get out there and enjoy that, as we're going to see a milder weekend, making for great conditions. Ridge of high pressure building in from the west is going to bring in some high clouds with this west to east flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but this ridge, though, is going to start to help warm things up after we thin out some of the clouds, so it's not going to happen until Friday that we're going to see a little bit of warming in our area, because the clouds will thicken up tomorrow and, again, keep temperatures down. You're already seeing those clouds move in, making for a nice halo on the moon out there with these high-level clouds streaming in from the west. On most of the state, though, things are pretty quiet and a little chilly out there. Look at that, the 40s all the way down along the Texas Gulf Coast right now, 45 in El Paso. 46 is what we have out at the Miller National Air and Spaceport, but we do have a little bit of breeze out there, so that's dropping those Temperatures into the lower 40s to upper 30s on the wind chills. Futurecast is showing mid to high level clouds will thicken up even more for the daytime hours on Thursday. And we're going to see a return of a southerly wind. So looking at the mid to upper 50s, kind of like today across the area. Then we'll see a little bit of a break in the clouds coming in late on Friday into late Thursday, I should say, early into Friday. Before we see another dose of clouds in the forecast, but southerly to southwesterly winds will come around to the west and be a little gusty on Friday, and that's going to push temperatures up quite a bit across the area, and that trend is going to continue into the weekend. Let's talk some numbers for you tonight. We're going to come close to freezing, so I would take those freeze precautions, especially around the Pecos area. 25 degrees is what we're expecting overnight tonight, and then tomorrow, not rebounding a lot, upper 50s to low 60s out there, as we'll have south winds gusty, but plenty of clouds on the way. In your First Alert 7 10-day forecast is showing the clouds thin out a little bit on Friday. Those west winds kick in and push temperatures up, so it's going to be a little on the milder side for the Merry Lights Parade coming up in Midland on Saturday evening. Sunday looks fantastic with temperatures right at 70 degrees, so all that last-minute Christmas shopping, Christmas decorating, weather's going to cooperate with you into next week.
Up next here at 9, fingerprints could be key evidence in the murder of United Healthcare's CEO. We're going to tell you what's next for the suspect and how his defense is taking shape next. A forensic match ties a murder suspect to the brazen killing of United Healthcare's CEO in New York last week. Bradley Blackburn, I should say, has more on this case.
Murder suspect Luigi Mangione is in custody at this state correctional institution in Pennsylvania. He's fighting extradition to New York to face trial in the execution of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. New York Governor Kathy Hochul will have to sign an extradition warrant to secure Mangione's return, which legal experts say is only a matter of time.
I think this will happen. There will be an extradition. What he's indicating is that he's going to fight at every step of the way.
Mangione's attorney says he hasn't seen anything proving his client's guilt.
I need to see evidence. We're entitled to see that, and we need to see that.
No fingerprints on the bullets at this time, but we did have one fingerprint on the cell phone that was recovered.
CBS News has also learned fingerprints found on a water bottle at the crime scene match Mangione's prints at his booking. Police say the 26-year-old suspect was arrested with a 3D printed gun, silencer, and a handwritten 3-page note, reading in part, "These parasites simply had it coming."
He certainly was trying to justify what he was doing. Of course, you cannot justify what he did.
Authorities believe a motive may be rooted in a debilitating back injury Mangione suffered. Legal experts say his defense appears to be taking shape.
I think the defense here is going to be prove that in the video of the killing, that is truly him.
Prosecutors say they intend to. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
We're going to talk more about those chilly temps here in the Permian Basin with another look at your First Alert weather forecast when we come back.
Well, before we go, I want to check that forecast once again and show you some temperatures ups and downs, but we're going to be on the way up here over the next few days. Clouds will keep temperatures down tomorrow, but they'll thin out a little bit on Friday. That and a west wind are going to really push temperatures up, so we're looking for breezy conditions in our forecast next couple of days, and it looks like for the Merry Lights Parade in Midland, well, things are going to be A-OK. Be sure to come out and join us as we broadcast live in Midland on A Street. We're going to see temperatures for the start of the parade about 60 degrees.
That'll be at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
We're really excited. And again, on KWWT, My 30, you can watch it live. We'll all be there. It won't be too cold.
No.
So come out, hang out, check out some parade floats.
Yeah, great Saturday evening.
All right. Thanks for joining us tonight at 9 o'clock. We've got more news coming up at 10.